You're this perp back with another video, and I'm going to talk to you about Disney Plus. I've messed around with it for the last 48 hours, and I gotta say, I got some thoughts. But before I get into that, I want y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and follow me on Twitter at perpminded420. And I want to thank everybody that helped me get to 700 subscribers. Man, what a milestone. I got 300 subs to go till I hit that 1K. So definitely hit that like button if this is your first time finding me. So let's talk about Disney Plus, because that's some of the biggest news, the biggest thing that come out this week. Everybody's talking about it. So many people have watched The Mandalorian. So many people are loving this the service. Some people are still not rocking with Disney, which is fair. But, I want you to take into account the type of people this service is for. Now, first and foremost, this service is for families. And I'll give you my positives before I go into my negatives. Real quick, if you have a family, this is a perfect service. You really don't need, anything else. You could slap your kids right in front of the TV and just put on Disney Plus, and they have hours of content to catch up with. Because a lot of kids haven't seen some of these classic nostalgic TV shows or movies, So it's a dope experience. It's a dope, package altogether just for the family. But if we go onto the other side of it, if you're just like me, you're single, or, you just like the nostalgia of Disney, and, and you like original content, this service might not be for you. Because one thing that is glaring to me as I'm turning on Disney Plus is the lack of original content. They give you 10 shows, but only one that's really worth watching is The Mandalorian. That other shit, I'm not watching. I have no interest in it. It just does nothing for me. And that is an issue to me, because I know they're going to have more content come out in the coming years, but I'm looking at 2020, and so far the next big series to come out is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is coming out late 2020, and I'm hoping that they actually have more content coming and it just hasn't been announced. Because if that's the case, like, you're telling me you're gonna give me 8 episodes of The Mandalorian and make us wait a whole entire year practically for the next series to come out, like, no, that's wrong. I really hope I hope that's the case, that they haven't announced those shows yet, because it's really lacking so far. You give us 10 shows and only give us one really good show. For me, I wish they would have just launched with one Disney show, one Marvel show, and one Star Wars show. I think that would have been fair. It would have held people over. I'm not such a big fan of the week to week shit. I like to watch my shit in my own pace, but I understand the people that like watching things to week. I completely understand that, but it's just lacking in content. It's cool with all the movies. You got all the Star Wars movies and you got all the Marvel movies, but it just really shows how lazy Disney is right now, especially with a lot of their original content that's in development, or a lot of remakes like Home Alone, The Sandlot. You got The Mighty Ducks coming, even though I'm curious on those, but it's just like, where's your original content, not your remakes or your remasters? Because that's pretty much what I'm going to start calling those shows, are remasters. And also, it lacks in a lot of 4K HDR content. You have a lot of movies that are just in Dolby Vision, but there's no HDR. Just, it's really weird, and their 4K content just looks really fucking weird to me. Like, The Mandalorian looks cool, but it's just, I don't know. I just gotta wait for more to come out and to see if they improve on the HDR content and the 4K content, because that's a huge thing nowadays. You know, people are starting to really get into the 4K content game, and for them to be so lackluster when it comes to that, where you have Netflix where they pretty much put out everything in 4K, HDR, all that jazz. So, like, Endgame is probably their best looking 4K movie. The Star Wars movies looks okay. Some of them you really can't tell. Like, Revenge of the Sith, out of the prequels, looks the best in HDR. But I'm just hoping that they up their game with the 4K content, because that's really lacking. The price of Disney Plus, $6.99, that's fair, you know. But like, for me, I'm already bored with the service. I've pretty much gone through everything that I've want to watch, or just want to kind of rewatch, or, you know, touch upon. They just really need to come out with more content. You know, they have to really step their game up, because so far, I know this is only week 1, and they definitely are going to release more content. I just hope they do it frequently, and not just, oh, every so often we're gonna put this movie on here. No. Also, I'm kind of disappointed in the interface. You know, there's no music, there's no special sound when you go to launch the actual app. Those are little nitpicks, but, you know, overall, if you got a family, this is cool. But if you're by yourself, and, you know, it's just not enough for a person like me. What do you guys think about this in the comments below? Let me know what you think about Disney Plus. But until the next video, I'm out. Peace.